Okay, so in the previous session, what we were discussing about the workflow functionality. So we did the configuration, and we have added the user to which user we would like to approve that money market deals. Then let's proceed further. So where we would like to proceed. Okay, let's see now the next one. Let's go to that. The fourth step here. Then in the configuration, right? This is the, let me go to into the system. Kindly go on mute if you do not want to speak, please. Financial supply chain management, treasury and risk management, transaction manager. Then go to the general settings. Then transaction management here. Now you can see that release. Define release procedure. First, let's have a look at here. Define release procedures. What is representing? What is meant by release procedures? Here, the restrictions, you may have across 100 company codes, but the workflow might be, because the organization to maybe company code to company code, the person might get changed or the role might get changed. So we cannot implement the same, or we cannot the same release procedure for across all the company codes. In case if organization want, then we can proceed. But here there are controls at company code level. I do not want to apply the same release procedure for other company codes. Let's say now company code. As of now, nothing is being configured here. Nothing is being configured, just for your information. You can see that. Then let me click on new entries. What is the product type which is being used? Either you can configure, you can multiple product types, but at this moment we are just discussing about money market. I'm going to do the money market product type related setup here. I do not, because as of now we did not do any configurations. Then FD9, the product type. What is the transaction type? The transaction type might be, you can use a standard transaction type or you can use custom transaction type. It's up to you. But still, we are following the standard transaction type 100 for this product type. See now 100 and 200, we did the configuration. Then let me select the 100. Then same FD9, this for the same product type, even at the time of borrowing also, 100 is an investment and 200 is a borrowing. For borrowing also, I would like to apply the same procedure. Then mapped 100 and 200, then select the release procedure. Enter. Then if you want to further control, so if you wanted to have the further control, so select this one. Then release conditions. Click on new category here. And here, right, what is the account assignment? See, account category at the time of, I mean, this one here, activity category. At what level you wanted to trigger the workflow? At the time of creation of the deal, contract creation, at the time of rollover, at the time of contract settlement, or at the time of rollover settlement, or offer simulation. But offer simulation level, we may, I mean, it's a prior to creation of the deal. Okay, at that point of time does not require to trigger the workflow. But these four, right, 10, 11, 20, 21, these are all the valid one. Okay, first let me select, let me select that activity category. Then 10. See now, activity category I have selected 10, 11, 12. 10, 20, 21. But now here, right? Okay, let me go with one by one because I do not want. Second. Yes, I want to go with one by one. 1 second. Let me show. First, let me select the 1, 10. Okay, 10. Activity category, which is representing that at the time of contract creation. The workflow should be triggered at the time of contract creation. Yes, that I can agree. What is the activity which you would like to have here at the time of add or generate, at the time of change, at the time of reverse? Then the workflow should be triggered at that. See, reversal doesn't require even if you want, but in general, the business organizations will set up workflow. Generate is nothing but a add or generate at the time of contract creation, new contract generation. Change is nothing but in case if anything which we are changing in the existing deals, then this should be required. The workflow is going to trigger. Reversal means if you while reversing, and what could be the why you are reversing, the reversal reason always need to be tagged. Without that, system does not allow us to reverse that one. That is the reason. Either you may configure this one, you may not configure, but first two, right, 1 and 2 are required for us. Activity category 1 for 10, activity category 10, activity category still I'm going to mention. See, at the time of creation of contract only, I should have change, because now I have created a deal. In that also I'm changing this one. Then here you can also set up this one rollover. Rollover is nothing but a which you want to extend the contract tenure 1102. But the 185, right? Activity category 85. It is up to you. Okay. But the first two, I would suggest you, this is the standard procedure which we are following. Now, rollover, even I have selected, even if you wanted to go with the rollover, I mean, contract settlement also, this is a rare cases, because see, initial stage itself, they are already reviewed. I mean, we have expected the persons who is responsible, we want to review the deals. Then again, settlement level means again it will be controls. You are increasing the efforts. Okay, but it's up to you, either contract settlement or rollover settlement, but the function will be the same. Yes, select the release required. You must have to select this one, otherwise system will not trigger. Then release steps. Here you can see that very, very important one. Okay, as I mentioned, right? That yesterday Sir also was asking about how many levels of controls we can have. Okay, if you add this screenshot, it will be nice. Sir was asking the same question. So now you can see that how many levels you want to have the control here. 1 level release should be required. 2 levels means 2 persons, 2 levels should be reviewed and approved, and 3 levels releases, 3 persons should be reviewed and approved. At what level you wanted to have. Okay, but the setup, it will be the same. Okay, first level, let me keep it as a 1. Transaction process here. Transaction process. See now, the transaction process, when you want to trigger the ongoing transaction processing during release workflow not permitted. Ongoing transaction processing during release workflow not permitted. At the time of release, would you, you do not want to trigger the workflow. Ongoing transaction processing possible workflow is reset. Ongoing transaction processing parallel to release workflow, ongoing transaction processing may mean process workflow is reset. See, workflow does not require to reset first of all. Okay, then ongoing transaction, I mean, meaning that whenever we are creating any deal, after creation of the deal, then during the release, workflow not permitted. During the release, please take note. Don't think that the release in the sense settlement, FTR underscore edit. Let me show you here. So if you have any deal here, see now settlement. If you have anything in the settlement already carried out, but at the time of not permitted, system does not allow you to, since that should be required a workflow, because I can show you one example, right? Second, I can show you one of the example how the system will be 49. Maybe let's go here. Status, right? Status is the current status. Release granted. Okay, because these are all I have already released this one. Okay, earlier the status, if you go to the status management, right? Okay, contract released, so that you will come to know that what is the status which has been, okay, what was the status, whether it is release required or release does not required. It's representing that one. Okay, release required. Then one which I would like to prefer here is a one. Let me come from the beginning here, right? Two things. Okay, one is for investment, another one is for borrowing. For two transaction type, we did the configuration path. I'll get it now. Then go here inside. Okay, for 100 only, I did the configuration. Again, see, 100 only, I did this configuration. You can see this combination. I have not done the same configuration for 200 because the functionality will be the same. This combination is important here. Please take note. Then let's go back. Let me take the path also here. Next one. Okay. So now adjust workflow template here. Define standard roles. Okay. If you want to just, you can see here. See now 200 rule number. This is the standard SAP rule which is provided by SAP system. Okay, then let me copy this one. Now inside of this one, let me go to here. See, here also I have assigned the same users, but this is where you must have to assign. Okay, who is the approver, and you can also define. Okay, you can also define. Let me define the new one. Okay, I do not want to touch this one. Okay, I do not want to touch this one. Then let me create the new one. See, workflow for 9. Okay, I'm just creating the new rule here. It's invalid one. 1 second. Because since the name which is already there, partner object is not valid. It is not done. 1 second. Okay, let me do one thing here. Let me copy in case if at all required, right? I'm not sure what it is. Created. Okay, so 3, 4 created under. Okay, second. Oh, okay. Understood. And because of this role, right? Under this role, let me do it this way. Okay, because there is a configuration which is already there, right? Let me do the changes here. I do not want to touch. Okay, let me change that existing one. Even we can create the new rule also. Okay, but now here still the system is looking this one, right? Okay, I'm just removing workflow. I did the configuration for existing company code. Current approval level. Okay, current approval level where I want to first level approval. This is mandatory. Okay, let me match this one. Transaction type at what level? Because here you can also create multiple things. Okay, but still only the few parameters I have selected. The 100 transaction type 100. What is the product type? FD9. Then release approval level. I can see that. See, current approval level is a 1 level. Release approval level. Okay, it should be 1 level only. Okay, it should be 1 level. Then, sorry. Hundred. 9. Because see why the system is getting this warning message means we must have to select the value from the drop down. Okay, the value which is already available, but even though system is expecting that value to be selected from the drop down, now it will accept. See, just for your information. Just for your information, whenever you are creating this role, right, this thing, always, okay, you can also add the new row, okay, you can also add the new row for your information. You can see that just for your information, release approval levels. Okay, but I do not want where you can keep this one. I do not want this one. Then always the responsibility should be green state. Otherwise, system will not accept. Here you can also specify the company, I mean, number ranges from and to, but since it is a standard one, right? System is, I mean, there are few fields which are already selected here. This is a mandatory step. Without this, system will not allow you. Okay, see now product type FD9. Let me select. Okay. Just check the parameters before going to exit the screen. This is a mandatory step. Without this, the system will not trigger the workflow. I'll mention this one. This is the role. Now, if you want define standard roles, transaction release adjusts workflow. Okay, this is not required. See now 139.200.139, which I have configured. If you remember in the yesterday session, which I did the configuration, where I did the configuration 139. See now WS2 30139. See, this is where what it has been selected. Okay, but before this, right, you may not understand because the workflow, it is dedicated for transaction release adjust workflow. Here, you must have to check this one. What is the standard object? Okay, what is the workflow template which has been provided by SFC? Now, treasury transaction release. Okay, total 3 steps are there, but still we have added user. Okay, but that doesn't matter. Come back, but define standard role. Define standard role. This is important for us. Let me come here. Adjust workflow template. Okay. Okay, but here, right, the standard role, which is standard role, this is the 200. You can also see the same standard, I mean, rule number. This is the rule number which has been provided. Standard SAP CRM rule for workflow. Okay, this is the rule number which you can verify. Up to here, the configuration which has been completed, okay, for the workflow. But now where you can release that, we will see that one. Okay, as of now, in the previous deal, when we have created a deal, right? What system, what we have seen, we have created the deal, we have done the settlement, then we have posted the flows. But now the configuration, based on our configuration, the perception has been changed. Now it should trigger the workflow, because the additional release should be required. Until and unless if it is released, then only the system will allow users to proceed further. Okay, first what I can do, let me create the deal here. Tier underscore create product type. Okay, ensure that one transaction type. What is this one? Not sure. Let me select what is the BP. Okay, so this is the business partner number which we have used or which we had already created. Let's proceed now. Okay, now let me give some amount, 10 millions. I'll give the today's date 08/10/2025. So yesterday somebody was asking in between the period. Now you can see that the scenario. Let's give that the same 07/12/2025. Okay, in between the period, the contract which has given October, November, and December. It's a 3 months contract which is going to valid. Okay. 07/01/2026. Next year also we can give. Then percentage rate, the rate of interest, let's give the 6%. Then interest calculation method, let's follow the 3. Then at the end of the term, I'll give the access here. As I mentioned, right, the contract date and the start date should be in sync. Otherwise, system will not accept this one. Okay, which I have already mentioned multiple times. Then administration data, select the portfolio. Other flows we'll talk about going forward. Payment details, which you can see here. Okay, outflow, bank information, what we have given here. Right, okay. ID. Select this one. But for outgoing, for outflow, it should be generated as a payment request. Okay, that's what we are just selecting this one. Payment method. What is the payment method which we have used, right? The payment method which we have used, I think W, if I'm not wrong. method W we have used here. Payment method W, then partner bank, which system will select from your counterparty. Now let's create the inflow. But here, right, this details also, as of now, we are keying all the information by manually. This also I can set up at BP level, I mean counterparty level, how the system which is going to populate automatically. That we will see in the upcoming sessions. Okay, for outgoing does not, sorry, for incoming does not require any workflow. Let's select cash flow operations, what you can see here. Okay, the interest which is being calculated depends on that. Status. You can see that the moment when I'm creating a deal, what is system is giving the information here? Release required. Earlier, the statement this release required option we have not yet seen in the status level. Now, because of the workflow setup, now you can see that the release should be required until and unless if somebody, the authorized person, should be reviewed and release the deal, then only the system will allow users to take it forward. Otherwise, system does not allow, just for your information. Okay, in the previous deal, right, if you want, you can go and verify the previous deal. But this status you may not see in the previous deal what we had created. Okay, let's see that. Analysis parameters. Let's see now, it is an asset transaction. Default risk limit. Okay, just for money market, right? Let me select this one. Get debt and investment. Money market fund, money market. Interest. Okay, let me select this one. Limit management, even I did not do the configuration. As I mentioned, right, going forward, I will show you. But as of now, first let's understand the basic things. Okay, once all the required parameters are keyed, then let's check the deal. You can see that check carried out successfully. There are no warning messages. There are no error messages as of now. Let's see the correspondence, how the correspondence which is been. Now you can see that correspondence. Okay, this is also one of the concept which I did not explain. Now, I mean, see, in the previous, for the previous one, the correspondence was generated, but now you can see the direction also. Outgoing correspondence, initiated status, company code for product type, for who is going to receive this correspondence, counterparty. See now, the message type also, which you can see here, the message type which is been, okay, which has been configured. You will remember for entire 1 or 2 sessions we spent time, okay, in order to do this configuration. Now it is good. Now even though the system is going to trigger outgoing correspondence from here, and what is the middleware mechanism you are having, based on that the system is going to send the correspondence. Now you can see that detail log also. You can see that correspondence information. Detail log is nothing but which correspondence you are sending, what is the format which you are using, the required information which is described. But this is just the standard SAP delivered layout. But in the real-time environment, we would require a lot of changes in this one, just for your information. See here, okay. Correspondence monitor. Okay, we'll see that correspondence monitoring is a separate transaction code where we are having. As of now, I'm not going to touch that one. Okay, then let's come back. Then interest rate and all, which we had already seen. First, let me create the deal here. Save. Now, what is the deal number? All zeros 1 has been created successfully. Just for your information. Okay, sorry, I did not mention, right? Then number 1, what I want here is a create deal FTR underscore. Okay, then what is the deal number which I have created here? Okay, now this is the deal which I have created now. Now the requirement, okay, as we can see, edit. In general, in the existing deal, whatever we had created, immediately after creation of the deal, we did the settlement. But now let me try to do the settlement. What system will say? What system will say? Okay, as of now, still in the display mode. Let's reconfirm with you once again. What is the current status of the deal? You can say release should be required for this deal. Let's come back. Let's do the settlement. What system will say? Transaction processing not permitted. Transaction 1 all zeros 1 in company code VJ09 in release. Processing not permitted. Processing is not permitted because the same person which I have created, what I did the configuration. See now, this is my user ID. I should not supposed to have this access. System is not allowing me to release the deal. I mean to do the settlement. Okay, is there any way? Okay, is there any way to see? There is a one second. Okay, but what are the options which are available in order to release the deal? First, let me check in my inbox. Let me check my inbox here. It's 22 user 61. There is a my inbox. But in ECC system, what we were following I mean the easy access level, we have a dedicated business workflow. Over there, we can see that one. But in S4HANA, it's a completely the approval process. Everything will be through the Fiori app. It can be done by through the Fiori apps. But let's see that one. My inbox. There is a one way in my inbox whether that is the workflow which is being triggered or not. My inbox. This is within the SAP system. Even it's not a triggering to your Outlook, but still right. What we okay, I'll conclude that one. Okay, first let's see the standard one. What we would like to see now. Even we don't know, but as of now, nothing has been triggered here because I'm not the responsible person. My user ID is not associated because, and also I'm not the person to approve that one. And the same person, if I'm creating the deal, if I'm approving that one, the workflow is not valid. It doesn't matter. I mean, there is no need to configure workflow also, first of all. Okay, so somebody need to review that one. Somebody need to configure. Okay, so what I can do here, I'm just the 125, the user 125, which I did the configuration, right? What I can do, let me go ahead. What I can do, I will log in. I will show you, first of all, within the SAP system, right? Within SAP system, I can show you that one. Okay, how that is triggered. But if somebody wanted to trigger that workflow, right? I mean, somebody wanted to verify at GUI level. Okay, then I can show you this one. Okay. So first, let me log in. Okay, sir, with your permission, I'm just using your user ID because I have already taken his permission because which user ID I want to use it. First, let's see that one.
Please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Second. Okay. I'm just logging out my ID. Okay, just for your information with my okay, or else no worries. Let it be my ID. I can show you first in the GUI level. Then after that, then okay, first let me show you at GUI level whether that workflow is triggered or not. First, where you need to conclude. First, let's confirm here. Then after that, we'll go to the go here. Inbox. Okay. See now the deal, what you can see that 1 all 00, it has been triggered the workflow. See now you can see that straightforward. Just let me open this deal. Let me double click it this one. You can see that it is redirecting to the deal which I have created now. As of now, you can see that. There are two ways are there in order to approve the deal. Just for your information. Okay. So now the deal which I have created, then sorry, okay, deal number instead of that one. Then after creation of the deal, release the deal. Release or approve. Approve. In order to approve this one, we have two options. To approve the deal, we have two options. Okay. Just for your information. Number one is at okay. Number one at GUI level. Sorry. At GUI level. GUI level, what you can do, go to my inbox, go to what you can do here, right? Just come back. I do not want to just close this one. See now, go to come back here in the easy access screen. It's a SAP Business Workplace. Click on SAP Business Workplace. Okay, go to easy access. Then what you can do, SAP Business Workplace. Click on SAP Business Workplace. Then you can able to see, okay, click on SAP Business Workplace, then click on Inbox. And then you can see that the deal which you wanted to place, then Inbox. Inbox, which you can see the deal which you wanted to release. Now, let's say you wanted to release the deal through the, see, first you wanted to review. Okay, just double click it here. It will redirect here. Okay, it will redirect here. You wanted to verify. So verify in the sense, in case of any changes, right, he'll just validate that information. In case if any changes to be required, he'll just reject this one. Once reach here, then go back here, you can see this. Either you can approve, either you can reject, or you can cancel. Which function you wanted to perform. In case if you want to approve, fine. If you can approve this one, the deal will be approved state. It will move to the approved state. In case a rejection state, right? What is the why you are rejecting this one? Okay, you need to mention the reason. There could be some changes to be required, whatever it may be. Okay, there are few changes to be required. Then let me cancel this one. But anyhow, I do not want to go or I do not want to use the GUI function, okay, in order to approve the deal. Okay, if you with now, let me go to that Fury app level. Okay, go to my inbox, but I just it's not, it will not enable for my ID, even it will not trigger to my ID. Okay, I need to go to the, I mean, S22 user 125, then let me see. So it's already there in my inbox. Means if it is not triggering here, right, you need to verify thoroughly. Okay, why it is not triggering. Let it be. Go to the my inbox here. There is a one more option which is available, treasury alerts. Okay, we'll see that one first. Let's see that this is the one. You can see that release treasury transaction 1 all zeros 1 FD9 with transaction 100. How this has been, see, approval level step 1, that is fine. What you can see that, okay, you can see within a week, okay, medium, okay, just then double click it here. In case of any attachments, you can see, I mean notes, in case if you can see here anything, just to see the attachments. Nothing is required here. You can see the below options. Okay, show the log here, release, forward, suspend, open task, okay, or some other information. Let's have a look at this one. First, what you have to do, okay, at GUI level, let me take this screenshot and put it, because first time, right, we must have to take this one. Sorry. Yeah, I'll show that user ID also, so that everybody, you know, user is important. Which user we have configured to trigger the workflow. This is the deal bar where you can see that inbox. See, now you can also see here to whom user, I mean inbox we are referring to. Okay, 125, what you can see here. Okay, at GUI level control, we have successfully, we have seen, but either approval rejection option also, just double click it and come back. You may able to see that either approval or rejection. But the second option, what we are having, the option number 2, what we are having, my inbox. Okay, my inbox. Go to my inbox Furia for approval. Okay, go to my inbox. Then you can see here, then we have already reached here. Then you can also see the log. First, let's see the log. It is already been triggered. Okay, which user ID? Again, here also, I'm just taking the screenshot for better understanding. This is the ID which has been configured for workflow. Okay, this is the one where you can see that. Okay, let's see this. Okay, now options. Let us understand the options. What are the options which are available for us? First, to show the log, who has created the deal and how it has come. You can see that in the workflow clearly, who has started the workflow. Okay, transaction release 3 steps. Okay, that is fine. Then now you can see that the workflow, it has been triggered. Then who has created the deal for the approval? Task log, in case if you would like to see that, who is the person? Task processing standard. Processing is nothing but this is the user should supposed to approve the deal here. The log information which we have seen. Now hide. Release option, we will see that one. Okay, later. Release means either you can see that if you click this one. Oh, sorry, I released this one. Oh, okay. Release this one, then release option automatically, it will get released automatically. Forward, okay, forward is nothing but see, now I'm the person. Okay, let's say now I'm the person which is going on, or which I want to review somebody. Let's say now 2 user IDs are there for the approval, but I want to review other person. Then I can also forward this one. I can also forward this one. Let's say now yes, 22 user Okay, recipient, again, I need to configure over there. Okay, if I configure multiple users, it will be up here. Claim, see, claim the reversed successfully. Okay, it means, see now, the released, whatever I had released earlier, that I rolled back this one. Okay, I do not want to, okay, I do not want to go with that one. After release only, the claim option will be enabled. But now, as of now, it will not enable. Forward, we have seen suspend. Suspend is nothing but it's a kind of rejection, which you may not see that rejection option. Suspend is nothing but rejection. Open task, you want to keep a open task for some other purpose. Okay, see now for what purpose you want to open. Okay, open a task, then you can come back and you can see now approve or reject in the open task also, which you can see that open task and you can see that one. But let's come back. Second. Okay, my inbox already it is there. Then you can see that here, send email. You can also trigger that email. You can also send email. Okay, if it is to whom you want to send. Okay, to whom you want to send that email. If it is a live system, as you already know, it will allow, the system will accept that one. Now, rejection, let me release that. Okay, let me release that one. Now, release that. See now, task released successfully. Task released successfully. As soon as once you release this one, right? Once you release this one, you can see the log. First, verify the log. What is the status here? See now, task release. Earlier, I reversed, right? Okay, so released and reversed. Again, I processing. It was moved to the under processing. See now, you can see that how it is been locked. As soon as once I reversed this one, right? Then it is a locked again. The deal has been locked here. Again, now as soon as under processing, now it has been released successfully. You can see that log. Just for your information, how it is going to work. Okay, just for your information. Now, as soon as once you release, right, then it should not show this one into your inbox. As soon as once you release, right, then it should not show that one. Task released successfully, just for your information. Okay, let's see that one. Okay, the task has been released. Let me refresh my inbox. Let's see what it will happen. Okay, after releasing, still it is showing, but it should not show. Okay, as soon as once it will be released, right? Once it will be released, it should go off. Okay, but still it is showing. This we need to check with the technical team because it's not required. It's not required. It should go automatically. Even it will be lying in the inbox also. It's already been approved, right? That's nothing to be wrong. But still, right, this we must have to, maybe it may take some time, not sure. But this should not, as soon as once task as soon as once task will be approved, it should not show in my inbox. Okay, because that is the standard system behavior, but not sure whether moving or not. Okay, maybe it may take some time, but we'll wait for some time. Okay, that should be required. But let's check here. What is the status here? Whether the deal is released or not. Release transaction. No, why still it is showing here? As soon as approved here, should not show. Okay, let me upload. Okay, now it will disable, I guess. Let's see now. See now it has been disabled, but this should not be the case. Okay, but as far as I know, this should not be the case. This should not be happen because inbox level, as soon as once it will be approved, because this inbox, that inbox, both are same. As soon as once that will be approved at that level, the system should not be should not be populate the same message here. Okay, that might be some technical issue, but we need to check that one. Okay, that because in real time, I'm sure about it, it will not happen. Okay, as soon as once you approve, the task will go off. It will not show at anywhere, just for our information. Okay, so now this is where how the workflow will be configured and workflow will be triggered. Now let's see that what is the status of the deal. Even I haven't seen, right? Display status. What is the status of the deal here? Release granted. You can see that earlier the status was release required, but now the status has been turned into the release granted. Release granted. For your information, as soon as once you release the deal, still the cash flow, you can see that still cash flow is not yet released. The flows are not yet released. Still, this should be required, settlement to be required. Okay, for your information, don't think that as soon as once the person will be approved, then the workflows, I mean, the flow types will be released. Absolutely not. You can see that just the status has been turned into the release granted. As soon as once you approve, right, then verify the deal, then the status, you can just monitor this one, release granted, what you can see here. Then check the deal. Okay. This. Check the deal status or check the deal status where you can check FTR underscore display. Okay, you can check it FTR underscore display level, which the status, go to status and you can monitor this one. Okay, now as soon as once you are once that approved, then you can, now earlier the settlement was not allowing. Okay, now that also I have shown clearly. Now let's do the settlement here. See now the system is allowing. Now the settlement, if I wanted to do the settle, the fourth one, settle the FTR underscore edit. Okay, what you can do, cancel. What you can do here, okay, just for our information, give the deal number and do the settlement here. Okay, if you want to verify cash flows also, that could be the reason I have shown that cash flows. Okay, but if you, without doing the settlement right after approval, if you are thinking that you can perform the TBB1 or accrual and deferral, okay, TPM 44 system doesn't allow you to move it forward. Okay, just for your information. Now let's do the settlement. See now the deal fixed term deposit changes. Okay, as soon as once this will happen, let's display the deal and see what it will happen. Then let's see the display the deal and let's see the let's see the workflow, cash flow. I wanted to see the cash flow status here. See now the flows which are released successfully. Earlier this the flows were locked. Now you can see that the flows which are already released here. Now it is ready to process the further steps. Then now post flows TBB1 okay, So now let's go to, okay, sorry, because since it's even I'm using that, sorry, okay, my ID one day, sorry. Let me log off this ID. Okay. /n. Okay, now let's go to that TPP1, which is the deal number, which you can give. What is the payment date? Derivatives, I do not want to go with this one. The payment date, it should be happen the same day. Let's see, let's execute in the test run. In case of any errors, we have to rectify here. Now, as soon as once you execute here, why system is giving the three, okay, now the logs, three logs here. The one which is the middle one, which is representing that. In general, you can we can able to see the two logs. That is a common. But for payment, for outgoing payment, we have configured the payment request for outgoing payment. So that is the reason where you can see that the for outgoing payment, this see now for this one, we did the configuration. That is the reason the payment request, it is going to generate. This is the payment request clearing account, which is triggering, Let's see that accounting entries, posting log. Now, investment on fixed term deposit, then payment request clearing account. The payment request clearing account based on the configuration which system is deriving. As of now, I have not added any other flows, any tax, any deductions. Okay, that we will see going forward. Let's come back. Now, if everything is green state, so meaning that it is working as expected. There are no errors which are encountered. Let's come back and remove the test run option and execute it. Then the documents which are posted successfully, okay, in the treasury. But now what is the, where we can see the documents, okay, where we can see the documents. Let's go to that. Okay, you can, there are two ways are there in order to verify that documents, FI documents. Go to that D level. In the D level, you can see here the document which has been posted, and this is the payment request number which has been generated. But I do not want to see at D level. I wanted to see at, I mean, where is that FI document? Okay, go to the transaction code, EPM 20, then you can key the, either you can key the product type, either you can key the deal number which you wanted to see. Go to see transactions and you can display here. You can see here. This is the reference key. This is the document number which has been posted here. If you click this one, right, the reference number, it will redirect it to the FI document. You can see that in the header, what information. See now, header, you can see that the reference key, it will get updated here. Okay, the based on the reference key also you can able to understand this one. Okay, the transaction code, from which transaction code it has been posted, this we have already seen in the previous sessions also. Then this is the FI document which has been posted. Come back. This is the payment request. Okay, now we understood that the display the account, display the posting journals in treasury TPM 20. Okay, now post flows we have seen, display journals in treasury. What is the transaction code? Let's say now TPM 20 we have seen. Okay, now the payment request 717 the payment request. Okay, display payment request. Display payment request. Okay, F8BT is the transaction code where you can display that one. Okay, either you can click it, you can double click, it will redirect, but I do not want to go in that way. Go to F8 BT. Then here there are two options which you can able to see here. One is a open, another one is cleared. Cleared is nothing but a which payment has already been carried out. Open is nothing but a which yet to happen the payment. Then if you select, give the company code, and you can see that the payment request, which is 717, which you can see 717, it is in open state. And you can also correlate a document 3041 all zeros 304. Is it the same document which is available deal level or not? You can see that this is the deal. This is the document number. This is the key which has been created and updated here for outgoing payment. So now the deal is in open state as of now. Even there is an option. Okay, if you know that a key number also 717, you can also key the deal specific key number. I mean payment request number. You can also display here. You can also display. It's there are multiple attributes which are available. Which one is feasible for you? You can select it and you can display here. Let's come back. The selection screen, you can give only two things. One is a open and the payment request number. Company code, open. Origin does not require at this moment. Key number, then open company code. So that you can able to get that. Okay, because this and all specific things, that is the reason I'm just keeping the screenshots. Display the payment request we have seen. Then once we are okay, once we are fine, then the payment has to be happened. Okay, how the payment will be carried out? As I mentioned, right? Payment, outgoing payment. So the payment in treasury, as you already aware, it's a F111 is the transaction code which you need to use it for to carry the payment. Let's go to that F111. Let me execute. Then identification. You can give the identification. Go to the parameters. In case if you want to copy the parameters existing runs, if you would have already ran, then you can select this one, copy the parameters. Okay, that is fine. Then next payment run date. Let me give the next payment run date. Payment method. What is the payment method which we were following? The payment method which we were following, W. Then origin. Origin is a mandatory. Without, if you know, okay, you can specify the origin. Otherwise, what you can do, you can just ignore it. I mean, you can map all origins, but origin is a required field. Without this, you cannot, system will not carry the payment. This we know that it's a treasury management. I just have given the origin here is a treasury related. Now go to the additional log. Payment method selection, all cases, line item display, just let it be. Go to the next one is a dynamic selection. Here you must have to specify the key number. What is the key number? Is nothing but your payment request. What is the payment request? 717 payment request number. From which bank you are making the payment. Okay, just to specify that one. If you have that multiple account IDs, right, you can also specify the account ID. Let's check that company code. Okay, company, I mean house bank and account ID. Even you can process multiple payments requests together, and also you can also keep multiple house banks to in one go, but the proper configuration should be in place. Otherwise, system will not accept. Then account ID is also you can map. Then check it. save. Then once all the parameters are keyed, then save it. Then let's process, let's execute the proposal here. Start immediate. Let's see the display the proposal log here. What is the log which has been triggered? Okay, so now the system is picking that the accounts here. Then let's see that the DME, because even we did the configuration, right? DME also, DME administration. No data recorded, not sure, but yeah, earlier it was triggered. Need to check that configuration. But in the previous run, right, we have seen that one. Okay, we have seen how the payment medium which is been generating. That I'll check this one. Okay.
I think we've seen for payment runs, not for proposal.
Yeah, we'll
No,
see.
no,
We'll see
we
that.
did not
Okay,
selected
because
that create
I
payment
did not
medium.
selected the checkbox. Correct, you are
Yes,
right. I
yes,
did
sir.
not selected the checkbox. Yeah, earlier I have selected the checkbox. Let's see now. Payment run. Okay, create the payment medium. Now this checkbox I did not selected in the proposal level. Okay, to see that one. That is the
Correct.
reason it was not generated. Now let me carry out this one. Okay, one generated, one completed successfully. Now let's see, now it should be generated. Yes, now the payment medium, the file which has been generated successfully. It depends on your middleware system configuration. This will be transmitted to bank. The bank will disburse the payments. Okay, now the payment has been successfully carried out. What you can see here, there are no deviations. You can also see the log here, the payments log. What is the document which has been generated? Then you can also see here what is the payment summary, what is the file format which we had configured. Okay, now the payment which is happened, as soon as once the payment will be happen, right? What is the next step would be, we need to perform the accrual deferral. Yesterday somebody was raised query. Sir, in case if the deal is created in between the month, in case if the settlement will happen in between the month, then what will happen? That could be the reason. The deal which I have created with today's date, we are in middle of the month, and the settlement, the end of the deal. Okay, even you can see that the end of the deal also, it's a 7/1/2026. Only that 4 months period which I have taken into consideration here. Then let's see. Go to that accrual and deferral. Accrual and deferral now. 8th one. Accrual and deferral. Okay, accrual and deferral. Okay, if you wanted to know the path, right? Financial supply chain management, money market, transaction manager, money market, accounting, okay, postings, accrual and deferral. Okay, see now this is the one where you can, it is an easy access. The accrual deferral where you can execute it. So what to say transaction, then select this one and come back and give the month end date. Accrual deferral is a month end activity. As I mentioned, right? 31st 10/2025. Let it be in test run mode. Okay, even though let's say the requirement, I'm just giving the information for you people. Going back to the deal. Somebody will say that one. The deal which has created 8th of October, it is going to end up, the contract is end up 7th of January. The accrual deferral part, when it comes to the accrual deferral part, we do not want to process in every monthly, but I want to process together for all the months. Let's say until December 2025, we want to process accrual deferral for this deal. Is there any possibility? Yes, you can do that one. I can show you that one because yesterday we have already, I mean, in the previous sessions, we have already seen together how system is going to post 31st 12 2025. Why I have taken 31st 12 2025, you already know. Okay, yesterday we spent a lot of time for that one. Let me exit. Still I'm in test run. You can see that the system, the total amount 1,49,589 rupees is the total interest which is being calculated from 8th of October 2025. But why system is calculated only 6th, only 6th of January 2026? It could be, it might be a, even I'm not sure, 7th, 3rd January 2026. Okay, it should, okay, 6/1 only, it is calculated 91 days. It should supposed to be calculated. We need to check whether it's a, is there any holiday on that particular day. Even I'm not sure. We need to check that one. Okay, that based on the calendar, it will derive that one. Okay, let's see now. You can see that the in between these 2 days, the system is calculated the total interest 1,49,589. Is it exactly matching or not? 1,49,589 at the D level. I mean, the flow, you can see that cash flow. This one from 8th October 2025 to 31st 12 2025, the system is calculated the interest 1,39,726. The remaining amount would be calculated for the next. This will be the breakup amount will be part of your final payment. Okay, in case if the interest will be, interest frequency would be selected at the end of the contract. You can also, this could be also possible. See now, there are no errors which are encountered here. You can see, but the system, how system is going to show that, see, one, okay, see now, operation value system is, it is calculated until 31st, because 31st of December, right? It's not a working day. One is already considered 1/1/2026. Okay, see, 31st of December, which you are, okay, which you are executing 31st, it is posting, and 1/1/2026 system is considered for the reversal. Next period, you can see that 1,39,000, the same amount, but you need to understand it has been included multiple periods interest. Okay, but if you are not posting this one, the system will post the document with consolidated amount. Either you can post monthly, either you can post a one go, that is fine. But now the best practice would be the accounting treatment. Follow the every monthly. Follow every monthly. Okay, then that will give the proper information. Otherwise, right, even this will also have a huge impact in your P&L account. So that is the reason. Just follow the process by monthly so that it will have a clear visibility. The accounting documents also, you can see that 8/10 it will get posted, then 31st of 10, then again it will get reversed here. This document will get reversed here. Just for our information. 39,425 periodic wise for 24 days. Even the system is been calculated interest for only for 24 days. You can see here 24 days it has been calculated. Then come back, remove the test run and execute it. Remove the test run. This, as you already know, right, this process will be carried until end of the period, until end of the contracted tenure. It will get okay. Now accrual deferral we have seen. So the next one, accrual deferral. Okay, as you already know, I mentioned multiple times, it will carried out until end of the contract. I mean, until before, prior to the last period. Come back. Again, I wanted to see one thing. Valuation class transfer, account assignment transfer, master data. I wanted to see one thing. Derived business transactions evaluation. There is a monitoring collective process. There is a one step which we need to check accrual deferral. That is fine. Derived business transaction evaluations. I wanted to show one thing. There is a collective process. EMP, okay, that's fine. Market data, okay, this is the different one. DME administration. Okay, I'll check that one because there is a one transaction code which even I don't remember the transaction code name. That is a collective process. It has all the information. The collective process, that is a universal transaction code, but each and every module, I mean each and every sub module wise it is there. We'll see that one. Okay, now as soon as once we see this one, then until end of the tenure we have to run the accrual deferral. Then the last one would be a maturity. Okay, directly I'm posting the maturity of the deal. Okay, maturity of the deal means again which you do post flows during the maturity. See, now there is a correspondence monitoring. Okay, that correspondence monitoring I will show you once this will be completed. Okay, post flows during the maturity. TBP1. When the contract is going to end, 7th of January 2025. Okay, I'm just still let it be in test run mode.
6 months.
Sorry, 2026. Yeah, I have given the wrong one. Execute here. See, now for incoming doesn't require anything. Let's see that how the system which is getting posted, that interest. See now 1,49,000. Okay, for the total amount which is showing, but 1,49,589. If you would have performed accrual deferral until December month, okay, 1,39,000 something it was showing. That remaining amount it will be part of this one. Okay, total it will be equal. Okay, just yesterday we have discussed about in detail that one. Okay, that totally whenever we are going to execute this one, it will happen. Let me see. Remove the test run option. Let me execute it. Yeah, accounting documents got posted. Let's verify the deal level. Now, here and here, there are no accounting documents. Let's, after closing the deal, right? Those will get updated here. See now the accounting documents which got updated. You can also verify that one. You can also verify now the correspondence, right? This correspondence configuration is important. Okay, we spent a lot of time for your information. Okay, correspondence, it should be the direction should be triggered. Correspondence monitoring, there is a transaction code. See now you can see that now this is what I would like to show earlier. Correspondence monitoring, there is a separate transaction code, correspondence monitoring, because correspondence monitoring means we sent out this one. Okay, the direction is the outgoing direction, whether the counterparty is being accepted. See now matching view is nothing but after, as soon as once that counterparty will be approved, will be accepted, then it, I mean, or else you need to match with that one. Then you can see that one. See assignment view. You can see that as of now, standard view, matching view. I don't think matching view it. See now nothing is there. Matching means outgoing direction, outgoing correspondence object, incoming correspondence object. Since it is a test system, right? You may not see. If both are in presence here, then it will be the matching view. Matching view is nothing but we are sending correspondence to the counterparty. Counterparty need to accept that one. Okay. See now, you can also linkage. You can also show the linkage matches, whether it is match or not. You can also, you see the show all related correspondence. You can also maintain some notes. You can also do the attachments. You can also messages. Okay. You can also display, export. Just for your information, standard view, assignment view. As of now, we have not assigned. Okay. Assignment is nothing but we sent that correspondence to the counterparty. As soon as once we receive, right, then only the assignment will be possible, because this and this should get, both should get matched. Otherwise, how you can match that one? This is the incoming direction. This is the, okay. So now this is outgoing, incoming direction. Both should be there. Then in the standard view, right? In the standard view, what you can see, what is the current status of this one? The current status which we have sent the correspondence to the counterparty. Okay, if you would have configured who has created other information, which if you want, then it will be populated here. See now, send alerts. Okay, alerts mechanism, it's already been, okay, alerts mechanism which is already been configured. But if it is a real-time system, right, definitely the alerts will be triggered. Okay, just for our, and what is the correspondence which has been there, right, in the log? You can just go ahead and display this one. This I have already seen now. Action log, release. Even if you want, right, this also release can be possible, but at this moment, then release has not been configured for correspondence. Okay, correspondence level also possible. The workflow, okay, you can see that standard as a release log. In case if the configuration which is in place for correspondence trigger also, yes, you can also do the configuration for this one. There is a separate steps to be required for this one, but as of now, correspondence level, we do not want that workflow. Okay, there are many controls are there, but still depends on the requirement which we can do that one. For our information, how it is been going forward, how you need to check this one. The account, finally that accounting documents got posted, that information which we, as soon as once the creation of the deal, it will send to the counterparty. Okay, that should be required. Okay, so as of now, today in the today's session, we have seen about that. The correspondence monitoring transaction code, I will let you know. Okay, but as of now, we have seen, even you can go from here also. Okay, at the deal level also, you can see that one. Okay, if there is any open query, so please let me know about that workflow, and as well as, because the other steps we had already seen, okay, how that in the previous deal. And today we have learned two things. One is for correspondence, how the correspondence looks like, and also how it will be triggered, and what is the matching function. Okay, but in the, especially in the securities and the derivatives, I will show you that one, that matching function. Okay, but that is mandatory to be required over there, that we will see that one. But as of now, just I just sent it, but I will arrange that one. Okay, for securities and derivatives, because that is matching. Without matching, right, the quantities information will be there. That quantities should be matched over there. We will see that one.
Good.
Workflow, and also workflow also we have seen successfully. Okay, how the workflow is being configured, what are the steps to be required for the approval, workflow approval. Okay, tomorrow, if there are no queries, right, just for your information, tomorrow, I think, sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir, please, sir.
Sorry, just bear with me for a few seconds. First of all, it's an awesome demo of workflow. Fantastic. I loved it. And then am I right in saying that workflow is not mandatory solution? It's only optional for the clients?
Yes, sir. Exactly, sir. It's an optional solution, sir. It's not mandatory, sir, because the one that deal one all zeros which I had created, that one we have completed all the cycle without workflow. But I would like to show, but workflow majority of the clients will go for the workflow implementation, sir. That is the reason I wanted to show what are the configuration steps need to be takes place. Yeah.
And then two more points in the same anecdote is that the bulk of the configuration will be done by the basis team, not by us. And then the same configuration concept holds good for, say, for instance, in this in the finance, if you want to do the journal entry workflow automation, the
Yes.
same level of concept will be adapted, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The initial transaction code which we activated workflow, that is for universal. Okay, it should be applicable for all the mod like BCM, BAM. Okay, other modules also. Yes, sir. It is applicable, but
Okay,
that is the job of base system, not by
basis
us,
team.
sir.
Okay, two more points to
Yes, sir. Please.
kind of brainstorm is that in terms of the chronological order, the workflow solution, the workflow approval proceeds before the payment request occurs, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
And the next one is that in real world situation for the fixed deposit, usually the timeline is set, from my experience, is probably a day or two because the interest rates kind of posted by the banks on an everyday basis based on their own internal liquidity situation, asset liability management, and what have you. So the workflow instructions should give some sort of alert in terms of if they don't get the approval from the super guy, then it must give some alert to say that the time it is time sensitive, something like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I completely agreed with you, sir. Because see, what will happen? That's what I mentioned. I mentioned one point. Will conclude towards end. That word I mentioned. What will happen as soon as once the workflow will be triggered, maybe that manager, that persons might be busy, so they may not logging into the SAP, they may not verify. Instead of that one, even we did the config, we did the mapping, that also need to trigger to Outlook, your Outlook, I mean mailbox, so that the person can aware the approval also can be done through that level also, in the, I mean, in the Outlook level also. No need to log in into the system, no need to log in into the approve at this level also, because that is also one of the alerts mechanism we will also mention, and what would be the time duration to approve that one. Okay, that also we can mention if it is an emergency, or whatever we want, sir. The description we will include that kind of possibility it is there, even we did, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
thank you, sir. Thank you. Yeah, Mahinder. Mahinder,
Sir, in the real time also, we will use the workflow in the same manner what we have configured, right?
Same, Mahinder,
So,
same.
no involvement of a ABAP team or any.
No, because that is the beauty of S4 HANA, Mahinder. Okay, that is even the same workflow, it is there in ECC also. But now, in addition to ECC, okay, you need to easy access level, you can approve. But in S4 HANA, go to my inbox and approve that one. Okay, that is the function which is there, Mahinder.
Okay. Because in the real time also I'm working where workflows are there, so it is customized. So that is the reason I'm asking this question again and again.
No,
Thanks for
it's not. Yeah.
Okay. Sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, same workflow can we design for F111, sir? No, not possible.
F111.
Yeah, for payment. So
See,
at the time of deal creation, settlement.
No. 1 second. See, for F111 for payment request approval, there is a separate configuration should be required, that one. Okay, but this is not the workflow for your F111. Okay, that I will explain you during the treasury payments. There is a separate concept. Okay, so now it's a free form payment, repetitive code, bank to bank transfer. In that concept, I will cover that one. Okay.
Okay.
Vijay, could you please update up to date the document?
Yeah. Yesterday I have
It is
updated. I
updated.
mean,